Last week, you guys loved the regrets video, and you definitely agreed in the comments that we should do a video where I tell you what I don't regret buying. So I'm going to do that for you today because that video was so fun and I loved reading your comments. So thank you so much. So in this video, please leave down in the comments things that you don't regret buying. Today, we're going to do quite the gamut. This is going to be a little all over the board, but I think it's going to be fun and you're going to enjoy it. All right, so we're just going to hop right into this. Let's begin while we're sitting here. Some of these I'm going to have to get up and go around the house and show you how they work because I think that's something that you need to see in action. First of all, I just want to tell you, I am not trying to influence you to buy anything. I only want you to get things that you love and you enjoy. And I also learned from the comments that some things that some people regret are actually things that other people enjoy. So it goes both ways. So you might not love these items that I love, and that is okay. So first up, I have been using this now since around Christmas time. So it's been a few months, and this is beef tallow. I know you guys maybe have heard about it on the internet, but I found a brand I really enjoy. Okay, jump scare to Leslie with no makeup. No, I went and I took my foundation off. I left my eye makeup on because I feel like you need to see this in action. Now, I don't know if it's going to pick up on the camera, but I just want to give you guys a little bit of better idea of like what I'm using this for and how I'm using it. This is from a company called Chad and Aaron Co. And I am using the Rose Luxe Tallow Butter. This one was designed for more mature skin. I think she has 3 or 4 different. And one of the things you need to remember, you only need just a little pea-sized drop. It goes a long way. One of my favorite things to do is obviously I have a little mirror over here so I can see. I like to put it on before my makeup because then it helps make my makeup go on a lot smoother. And then at nighttime, I slather it all on. And that way I wake up in the morning and I have very moisturized skin because I don't know about you guys, but I am getting super dry skin, especially in the winter. And always make sure you do your neck because we all know how that goes when we're aging. But this stuff is just smooth like butter. I mean, it's just like a little baby's booty. Now, I don't have an affiliate link, but I am going to link it down below because I want you guys, if you're interested in something like this, to check it out. Because if you're like me and you need just a nice foundation for your makeup, this is perfect. So what I always do is I clean and do my skincare like with my Osea, and then I do the tallow for my moisturizer. And then while we're sitting here, let's talk one more beauty product before we get into like kitchen gadgets and home items and that type of thing. I always use Merit Beauty as my makeup, and I get asked this a lot, and so I highly recommend it. I'm going to leave down below like some of my favorite things. I always use the Minimalist. This little stick is just the easiest little way to put my makeup on. One, it just goes on super fast. It's not cakey, doesn't settle in my fine lines, and I don't know, it's just something that I got a sponsorship a while back and I've never stopped using it. I now go on, I purchase the items because I can't live without them. So my big thing is that they have a really great sunblock that I always normally use, but I'm trying to like speed through this. So I don't want to but I usually do a sunblock. It's called the Uniform. And then I put this on over it. Sometimes I use just the Uniform as my foundation. It just depends, but since I'm filming today, I need a little bit better coverage. Because you guys know this camera picks up everything. If you're like me and you want a quick 5-minute beauty routine, this Merit Beauty is the way to go. I'll link down below all my favorite products from them. I can't say enough good things about them. Before I go on and finish the rest of my makeup, I have one more thing that I want to show you that's not Merit. And I showed this over on Instagram and I thought it might be interesting to show it over here. So this is by Wonder Skin, and this is the All Day Lip Stain. And basically, I don't know, you guys can see, like I have nude colored lips, and they're like, as I'm getting older, I've lost like all the color in my lips. So this is just a way to, you put this on, it's hilarious when you put it on, you look a little gothic. And you leave it on for like 1 to 2 minutes, and then we wash it back off, and then you'll have color. So here, I want you to look at what my lips look like before. And now I'm going to put the stain on. I'm probably going to go off camera to do this because I always feel really awkward. I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. I let it dry 1 to 2 minutes, and then I just take one of these little round pads, I get it wet, and then I wipe it back off. And the cool part about it is it does not dry out my lips. And I also, just to be safe, I asked like the internet, I asked ChatGPT if there was any chemicals. I listed all the ingredients and asked if there was anything harmful, and there was not. So I feel okay, so I feel good about wearing it. So one of the best parts is it does not dry out my lips. After I get done, I always put a little chapstick over it just to be safe, but I'm a chapstick, oh my goodness, hound. I always have been. But now, there you go. Here is what they look like after. And now I have nice color to my lips, and I don't have to, keep reapplying lipstick. Now, one of the cool parts is I can take I wear the lip oil from Merit all the time. I thought I had one in here with me, but I don't. But you can put that over top if you want to change your color. And then as that lipstick wears off, you still have color underneath. And so then that way you're always looking your best and not looking like, the dead nude lips that you feel like you get when you get older. So highly recommend this. The next one makes me so excited. First, let me explain. Obviously, we're talking about things we don't regret buying. I had already planned to put this in this video, but when I found out that Helix Sleep was a sponsor of this week's video, I'm like, are you kidding me? This is perfect. March is National Sleep Awareness Month, so let's talk about this little beauty and what it has done for my sleep. When I get a good night's sleep, I can conquer the world. Obviously, there's no regrets there. Now, buying a mattress is a big deal. It's a very personal thing. It's very important. It's an investment that we don't want to regret buying. I have zero regrets about my Helix mattress. You might be thinking, okay, it's kind of intimidating to buy a mattress online without sleeping on it. But let me tell you how easy they make it. I promise. You're going to go online. You're going to do a quiz. It asks you questions about you and if you have a partner that sleeps with you, and then it'll match you with the perfect mattress. Me and Jason, we got matched with the Helix Sunset Luxe, and then we upgraded and did the Glaciotex cooling cover because that way we're cool and dry. I don't like to have night sweats. It was definitely something that I felt like we needed in our life. But here's where the intimidation goes out the door. There is a 120 night sleep trial, meaning you can sleep on it for that long, and if you don't enjoy it, you can send it back. But you're going to love it because they want you to love it. And so returns, exchanges, all that, they make it super easy. The best part comes rolled up right to your door, and before long, you're going to be sleeping all cozy like I am, and you're going to be getting the best night's sleep. I don't know about you guys, but my mattress from the past was pretty janky. And I would wake up, I would be so sore. My back would be hurting. I just felt like I had fallen down into this cushion and I couldn't get out of it. In my bed, the springs were so worn out. And I was like, I've got to do something new. I want to get something different. I've been doing research. Helix is an award-winning bed. It is an award-winning mattress that you can't go wrong. Since it is National Sleep Awareness Month, keep in mind of all the benefits that you get when you can get a good night's sleep. One, for me, it helps boost my immune system to help me fight off illness. Another thing a good night's sleep helps with is memory function, emotional regulation, being able to tackle the day. Right now, you can take advantage of their Sleep Week sale exclusive partner offer and get 27% off site-wide. I'll leave a link down in the description box, or you can head over to helixsleep.com/charmingabode. Trust me, this is something you will not regret, and you'll be sleeping like a baby just like I have been. And thank you again, Helix, for sponsoring this video and helping me to have no regrets when it comes to my mattress. A lot of times, kitchen gadgets are our biggest regret. So I'm going to tell you about 2 or 3 different kitchen gadgets that are not regrets for me I actually use, and they are a little quirky. Okay, I have shared many times about this chicken shredder. It is not a gadget I regret. I love this thing. I use it all the time. All the time I go to Sam's Club, I get a rotisserie chicken, I come home, first thing I do, pop it in there, shred my chicken, and then if I'm going to use it for something like that chicken, then I use it. If not, I put it in little baggies and I freeze it. That way I always have rotisserie chicken to make chicken enchiladas, chicken noodle soup, all the things. And so this thing, I think it just gets the chicken so nice and shredded evenly. Just put it in there, and it's so easy instead of like trying to shred it by hand or chop it or whatever. So this, and you know, to be honest, it's flat. It doesn't take up much room. And when I first saw other people showing it, I was like, that is so cheesy. Why would you need that? And then I'm like, never mind. This like saves me a lot of time and a lot of effort. So here's my number one kitchen gadget I do not regret. Okay, next I'm gonna show you, I don't regret these at all. I use them constantly, but the thing that's the best about them is they're the magnetic measuring spoons, is that they're magnetic. I am no longer digging in my drawer. I used to have the kind that was hooked together with like the little, almost like a keychain loop thing. Hated it because I couldn't get them off individually. It was such a pain. And so then I had this one where the thing slid back and forth to where it went to different measurements. I never felt like it was doing an appropriate job. And half the time the stuff was like up underneath. And then I got these, and then now my drawer stays nice and clean and organized. And these are in there. I can pop off whatever I want. I like how it has the two different sizes, not sizes, that's not the right thing, two different shapes of what they are. You know, one that I can get down in a jar and then one that's like more round. This is not a regret. I love these. This kitchen gadget is going to make me giggle for a couple different reasons. When I was reading your guys' comments about your regrets, a lot of you were talking about how your apple peeler core, and I was thinking, are they talking about this same thing that I love and use all the time? So that's why these videos, you have to be careful, because one thing is not always one person's jam and it is another person's. So I love this thing. I use it all the time. If you have never used one of these, it just makes your life so simple. It takes the core right out of the apple, and then it like thinly slices the apple. And I use it for, I make myself like little apple nachos all the time, where maybe I should just make some, and then that way I can show you and I can have a snack because I'm kind of hungry. Let me get an apple. So you just take the end off here and pull this back. Where the core is, you just pop that on there. Make sure it's like, there's like this little, here, let me turn it this way. There's like this little lever right here, and you like, it locks it in place. And then you just spin this little puppy, takes off the peel, and it's chopping the apple and taking the core out at the same time. And then look. So then it comes out like this. But then I just take a knife and I cut it. Just get a little paper plate to show you. And I cut it because this is an amazing size apple for snacks, for kids. It's just like, it's perfect for making apple pies, having the sliced apples in there. This is like the best. I gotta tell you a sad story. So I was doing I don't want Jason to hear me. I don't think he can hear me. I was doing this apple peeler, and Jason comes into the room and he's like, "What's that?" And it was acting like so amazed about how it worked and everything. And it just made me really sad. I feel like I'm whispering and you can't hear me. And it just made me really sad because he's the one who like got this, like, he's the one who got me into using this years ago. And he had originally bought one off the Goodwill until I broke it. And then my neighbor ended up giving me one, and because I use them all the time. And it's just made me really sad that he did not remember this little, how this thing worked and how awesome it was when this was like his thing that he got me into. So I thought that was really sad. But we're not going to be sad today. We're going to focus on the positive, and we're going to focus on how awesome this apple peeler is. Make sure you let me know in the comments down below things that you don't regret. I love being able to read through, and I think other people are really enjoying reading other people's comments and seeing what they, have to suggest, because sometimes we just don't think along the lines of like some of the things we're talking about in this video. It's got a little bit of different stuff, so I think it's a lot of fun. And be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so. I'm up here in my little guest bathroom, so the lighting's not the greatest. My primary bathroom downstairs is still not remodeled. All right. I get asked all the time. I love how my hand, it's a weird angle because you're looking at me in the mirror. So, this little beauty right here, no regrets. I got this for Christmas. This is I don't know if you pronounce this like Tymo, T-Y-M-O, curling iron. I get a lot of questions about like, oh, your hair looks so cute, your hair looks so pretty. I use this all the time. So I didn't use it today in order to be able to show you. So basically, I hope I'm getting a good filming angle for you. So you just take the curling iron and you put it in here like this, and then look how it takes it up in there. And then it'll spin it, and when it stops, then it's done. If it gets too much hair and it thinks it's gonna get caught, it'll stop on its own. So it will not like get your hair caught up in this, no matter how thick your hair is. Look at that. Is that not crazy? So this is how I've been curling my hair. I think it's fast and these curls last. So I did a little experiment and like didn't wash my hair to see how long the curls would keep going. I was on day 5. Finally, I was like, okay, I really want to wash my hair. And my curls were still there. So look at that. It's like so good. And then there's this little thing right here. It's super easy to learn how to do. I mean, it takes no time at all. And you can flip the way the curls are going back and forth with this little button right here. So, isn't that cool? You just flip it back and forth. And yeah, and so this is how I get my good hair. But there's another thing that I use. Gotta love the lighting in this room. So I'm gonna tell you the other product that I use that I feel like does such an amazing job on my hair. And I've been using this now for 1.5 years. It's like amazing. My hairstylist uses it and now I order it off of Amazon a lot. And so this is a humidity spray. And so what you do is you can do it a couple different ways. A lot of times after I wash my hair, I'll spray it on my hair. And then when I go to do the curls, it's like locked in. And so this helps because I actually have very frizzy hair. But you can also say, you know, it's a new day and you're not washing your hair and you curled your hair, then just spray it on there. And that way you won't have fuzzy hair. It really helps. I'll link this. This is called The Shield by, I don't know how to pronounce this. Is it Amika? I don't know. No regrets. This is amazing. This next item I debated on whether or not to show you guys because it is a little different and it's not going to be for everyone, which is fine. Because these are the things that I love and don't regret buying. And that is this pair of shoes. Now, before you look at them and you just think they're a normal pair of shoes, let me tell you what they are. Which, by the way, they're kind of dirty because I do wear them all the time now. These are called zero drop shoes. And one of the benefits of them is it leaves your foot flat and wide. And you may be wondering, why would I want to wear that? I need support. So I thought I needed support. And you guys know I walk a lot. I have a walking pad. I go walking at my park. But my lower back was always hurting and my knees were starting to hurt. Well, my niece had a pair of these shoes. I have 2 different pairs. I got a cute little just like canvas pair to wear like with my jeans, and then I got the athletic pair. One, I have really wide feet, really wide, big, huge bunions, terrible feet, and they get a lot of pain. So I thought I needed cushions and soles and all this stuff. And my niece kind of has feet like me, a little different, but she was wearing these and talking about the benefits of them. So I ordered them to see, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to order them off Amazon, see if I like them. If not, I'm going to send them back. It's changed everything for me. So first of all, my lower back no longer hurts when I walk and my knees aren't hurting. I'm like, how is this? What is happening? So I went in and I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, hey, I've been wearing these zero drop shoes. What's the benefit? Dog's going to start coughing, little mister, sorry. And he said that it's causing my spine to be more aligned, because a lot of times when you wear those heels, you know, like in my New Balance or my Nikes, they kind of go up and it causes you to lean forward, which then causes your spine to be a little bit more out of alignment. Now, could I run a marathon in these? No. Like, let's be honest. I need some cushion on the soles. And I kind of had to work into it because I felt like when I was walking for a long period of time, the bottom of my feet were not strong enough, like tough enough to constantly have that pressure on there. But now I wear them all the time and I don't think anything of it. But let me tell you what the biggest benefit has been for me. And I think as you age, you're going to appreciate this and you're going to be like, maybe I should try these out. Is they're going to cause you to have better balance. We all know as we get older, we don't want to fall. That is awful. Because your feet are laying flat, it's strengthened my feet and the way my toes are spread, and it's caused my balance to become better. So even when I don't have them on, my feet are stronger. I can feel it. And so what I've been doing every day, and not only that, is I've been like standing where I have like one foot off the ground and another foot off the ground and practicing on balance. I can't get over how well I can balance myself now, which is such a huge benefit as we age. It's so important. So I just had to share these with you. I have zero regrets buying these, and I will continue. I know they're not for everyone because certain people have, maybe you have like plantar fasciitis on the bottom of your feet really bad, and that might not necessarily be great for this type of shoe. But if you're like me and you're looking for something to help relieve lower back, knee, and give you balance, start wearing them. It takes a little bit of time, and then I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. And they're really cute too. So we've been filming in here in my bedroom, and I've been sitting in the chair. I came over here to the bed to show you my beautiful mattress. I have one more thing in my bedroom that is a big ticket item that I have no regrets that I want to share. Now, I know that this is not for everyone, but you guys said you wanted to see my no regrets. And it sits here in my bedroom, and I love it. I think it's so beautiful. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to talk about it. Look at this little beauty behind me. A couple years ago, I splurged, and I got the frame TV for Christmas. And I have to tell you, no regrets. It was one of those things where I thought, am I going to purchase this and I'm going to have like total regrets? Because at the time they were a lot more expensive than they are now. The price of them have come way down, and they have all kinds of sales all the time. I love it. I change my art all the time. I think that's fun. Whatever season, different holidays, I'm always changing it to match my bed set. And then I put this little frame around it, and it looks fantastic. It sits right up against the wall. It literally looks like a piece of art in my room, and a lot of people don't even realize it. But then what I like about it, okay, this is really weird, and one of the reasons I have no regrets, and other people might not feel like this, and I'm going to sound like a weirdo. But even though it's art, it's obviously backlit by the TV. And so when it's on, it's almost like a nightlight for me. Meaning in the evening, I have it on in here. I don't have to have lights, and I can come into my bedroom and I don't need extra lighting because it's giving off the soft glow. And I really enjoy that. So I know that's silly and nobody ever talks about that. But for me, that is something that was another thing that I really enjoyed about it. So here's my thing. If you're ever thinking about getting one, I don't think you'll regret it. I haven't met one single person that did. A lot of people will just put artwork on their normal TV, and yes, that's cute, but go in and read about the frame. Go in and read about the benefits of it, because there's just the way it sits against the wall, the way it actually looks like art. I don't know. I think it makes my bedroom look really good, and I'm so glad I did it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video as much as I have. We will see you guys again next week. Bye-bye.